the rule on time. To be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late. And to be late is to be what, Coach Harris?
Man, forgot.
You know that, right?
That's right.
Okay. So let's say it again. Let's say it all together. To be early is to be what?
On time.
To be on time is to be what?
Late.
And to be late is to be what?
Forgotten.
Write that down. Y'all might want to remember it.
Ladies,
Be quiet. That don't mean talk. It's not for you to talk. Next. All right. What's the one thing you'll never get back? Video told you that, right? Will you ever be this age on this day ever again?
No.
No. So make use of it. Y'all in here sleeping and they tell you about vital things or mental toughness or time while I'm talking. You won't get this back. If you can ask anybody in the room, pastor included, what they want to go back to be 14, 15, 16, and would they do something different? Everybody in the room gonna say what? Yes. They'll probably think they'll go bigger and play college football. They probably gonna be your coach. It's a bunch of things that can happen, right? So understand that you can't get this back and don't take it for granted. All right. With these people and this opportunity to better yourself, you need to understand that. And time is what? Non-renewable. What does that mean? Can't use it again. Oh, hold on. Who's these two schools? Where's Prairie View? Where's that? By Houston. What is this? Where's Birmingham? Ah, next. Why is it important to be on time? Dawson, you always late. Why is it important to be on time? Now tell me, don't look up there. Do you think it's important to be on time? Why?
it's important to be on time.
Just tell me something.
You might miss something.
There you go. Anthony, why should you be on time? Huh? That's good. Brown, why should you be on time?
And working.
That's good. Cool. Why should you be on time? What you say? I didn't know your eyes was that little. Juju, why should you be on time? Huh? Why do you feel like you should be on time? No, don't look up there. Look at me in my eyes. Why do you feel you should be on time? Can you go to Bama being late? Can you? You can't go to Alabama being late, right? All right. What you got to say, Mike?
I don't miss the most important minutes of my life.
Okay. Shh. Be quiet. So, to me, why is it important to be on time? You don't miss vital information. You can come in and understand what's being asked of you. When you're late, don't you feel a sense of uneasiness? Aren't you rushing? You don't know what's going on, right? When you're late, you're in a state of shock, right? Blair, if you're late, it don't feel right, do it? Okay. All right. And then being on time. Oh yeah. Being on time shows what the program means to you. If you're constantly late, do you think the program means a lot to you? No, right? Because what are you saying? Your time is more important than what? Than the teams, right? Are you bigger than the program? Am I bigger than the program? Is anybody in this room bigger than the program? No. So you should always what? You should always what?
Be on time.
All right. Time management is a life skill. It goes further than football. Right? I've been told that football isn't your job, so you don't feel like it's a lot of time that has to be put into it. Okay? Well, if you have a job, if you don't want to work for somebody, you want to own your own business or cook for people. If you give them their food late, they're not going to come back to you, are they? No. Time is important. Time, you never get what? You never get it back. All right. Consequences of being late. Who's been late before to a workout or practice? Everybody, right? So y'all have never been late in your life? Good. Shut up, Bobby. You late there. All right. People that have been late. What's the consequence for being late? One at a time. Raise your hand. 4, what's the consequence for being late? Red. What, David? You don't even be late. Armstrong. What's the consequence of being late? Bro, you got that mask on, speak up. Early workouts. Yeah, when you go to college and you miss your workout, you're going to have to wake up earlier to get another workout. Y'all want to do that? All right. Now, let me give you some consequences of being late. Being late involves you to what? Be viewed as untrustworthy. Does anybody know what that means?
Not trustworthy.
What? Okay, what you say? What you say?
Not trustworthy.
Huh? All right. you're not viewed as dependable. In this game, you have to depend on a lot of people other than yourself, right? You play this game 1 on 11? No, you got to depend on other 10 people, right? So if you're viewed as not dependable, will we put you in the game? No. If you're late to the meeting, will you play that week?
No.
Probably. Let's be honest. You'll probably play. But you're going to mess it up. Just being real. That's the honest to God truth. You're going to end up playing still, but you're going to mess us up in the game. You're going to hurt us. Can we depend on you?
No.
That's the point. Okay, and it shows that you feel you're bigger than the team. Subject to consequences given out by coaches over discipline. At a job, if you had too many time infractions, what you think they're going to do? Fire. What'd you say? What I said, write you up. But if you get enough, what happens? Exactly. Being late will have you unclear directions for the day and what is being asked of you. Y'all ever felt like y'all didn't know what was going on? All the time, right? But 9 times out of 10, you late, ain't you? That's the point. Be on time. All right. Now let's talk about wasting time. Give me your definition of wasting time, Paul. What does it sound like? Waste of time. You don't know what waste of time means? What did I say you can't get back from time? You can't get time back, right? So if you don't use it wisely, what is it? It's wasted. You don't get to use it. You won't be this age again. You won't get to play football at this age again. Hell, half of this room will never play football once you stop being a skeeter. That's the fact of life. Do you understand that? So, what does that mean? Some of y'all have a year left. Some of y'all have 2 years left. Some of y'all have 3 years left. But it ends one day. Right? If you don't want it to end when you graduate, do something with your time. Alright. So waste of time is going in circles. We're just doing something, not getting anything out of it. That's just going in a circle. That's waste of time. I didn't get nothing from it. I'm going to class but not doing my work. I'm in the same class as a junior that I was in as a freshman. I'm going in a circle. I'm not getting nothing out of it. Does that make sense? We got a bunch of freshmen in here. Do not be in the same class that you're in right now in 3 years when you're trying to graduate and go to school. It's not going to help you. Does that make sense? So don't waste your time. Doing something that is not conducive to your future. What does conducive mean for us? That's another word for it. Productive. What you feel like it means? Conducive means going towards your future. Whatever you feel like you want to do, it does not have to be football related. But if you're doing something in life that doesn't be productive to your future, is that helping you? Are you using that time wisely? No. So what are you doing? Wasting your time. Do not waste time. Not prioritizing your own desires. Do y'all know what y'all want to do in life?
Yes, sir.
For the most part, you probably haven't figured out. You got an idea, right? Some of y'all want to go play college football. If you're not eating, living, breathing it, if you're smoking, if you're drinking, if you're doing stuff that doesn't help you be productive for a recruitable person, what are you doing with your time? Wasting. So you can have every dream in the world, but if I'm not using my time, what am I doing? You want to bitch and complain the entire time instead of doing what you're supposed to do. What are you doing with that time?
Wasting.
Wasting. And what did I say you don't get to do with time? Don't get it back. All right. Being used by football instead of using football as a means to an end. Does anybody here know what a means to an end means? No. Means to an end. What you think it means, Hernandez? Because you shake your head vigorously like you knew what it meant. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example, right? I played college football, right? You got 5 years to play for it at Division I level, right? I used football to get my degree. I had an extra year. I knew I wanted to coach. I knew I didn't want to go to the NFL. I'm not tall enough, I'm not quick enough, I just knew I didn't want to go to the league. So I used football and didn't let football use me. If I would have did my 5th year, I'd have been $40,000 in debt because I would have been paying for graduate school. I don't need a graduate degree to be a teacher. You got me? So that's how I'm telling you, use the game as much as you can. Use the game to take something from it. Use the game to help you change your life through education. I don't know how many of y'all, our families, have college graduates. More than likely, it's not a lot. My family don't have a lot of college graduates. That's just the truth of the matter, right? So change the dynamic of your family. Use the game. Don't let the game use you. Don't play football and only pass during football season and then fail the rest of the year. That's football using you and you not using football. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Because what are you doing with your time the rest of the year?
Wasting.
Wasting. Don't waste your time. Man. Wasting time continues. Doing things without a goal or purpose, just simply going through the motions with zero urgency or intent. Y'all know what that means? I don't care if you ever want to play football once you graduate. Have some type of purpose to do this, right? Get something out of this. Some of us are playing football just to make friends. Y'all probably don't talk to anybody else that don't play football. That's fine. But know why you're playing football. Know why you're in school. Don't just be here wasting your day. You have to be here anyway. Why would I sit here and waste these 8 hours? Because you're going to look back and think, damn, I wasted X amount of time, didn't get nothing out of it, and I'm still in the same position. What is that doing? What is it doing? Wasting time. You don't have time to waste. Carrying on. Idle time is the devil's workshop. Essentially saying, if I don't have nothing to do, I'm going to get into some trouble, right? What does coach always tell you to stay away from?
Trouble.
What does coach always tell you to stay away from? I was like, great. What does coach tell you to stay away from? Thank you. So if you have nothing to do, you're going to 9 times out of 10 get in trouble, right? That's just how it works. Why y'all think y'all stay up here every day? Y'all think we want to look at you the whole time? No. We're trying to keep y'all out of trouble. That's the truth. Why we got to stay here all the time? If we give y'all 8 hours to go home, we know y'all not going to be at home all 8 hours. You're going to go do something you're supposed to. Let me ask y'all a serious question, because it's going to be serious in a minute. Any of y'all got a teammate that's dead? Right? Y'all got something that's dead, right? Me and Gail probably have like at least 6. And I only graduated like 6, 7 years ago. Right? That's the truth of the situation. You ask Johnson how many teammates or friends that he has dead, he's going to tell you a lot more. So when I tell you that time is serious, you're going to have to use it. You got it? All right. If you always remain potential, you've wasted time. If you're always so fast, but it never translates to the field, you're wasting our time, right? You're wasting your time. If you're going to always be big, but never play physical, you're wasting time. Honest. And it's not just him. If you're going to remain, oh, he could be this, and you never turn into it, at any point in your life, not just in high school, if you never turn into what you're supposed to be, you've wasted what? All right. You will be successful as the people you talk to for no reason. 50 Cent said that. Be quiet. You'll be as successful as the people you talk to for no reason. What do I mean by that? The people that you just say hi and bye to. People that don't really have any inclination in your life, meaning they don't affect you. You're just talking to them for no reason. If they are not doing nothing with your life, why are they getting your energy? They're wasting what? Time. You don't have time. You only got 5 minutes to get here, right? If I talk to 3 people, that's 15-second conversations, right? And I need all 5 minutes to get down here, and I don't make it in time. Whose fault is that? Yours. Get down here on time. Now, let me use some tips for time management. Let me help you do better with your time. I've just been nagging for the last 10 minutes. Let me help you. Plan. Map out your day. Tell me when you're getting up. Tell me when you go home. Tell me what time you got to be for practice. Tell me how much time you got to spend to talk to the little girl that you want to talk to. Maybe she can get a minute in your 5 minutes to walk down here. But then I know I got to sprint through the hallway to get to where I'm supposed to be, right? Plan your day out. Second, move with a sense of urgency in your life. Not just in football. When you go see the barber, move with a sense of urgency. If you're supposed to get cut at 6:30, tell them to sit your ass down at 6:30. That makes sense? That makes sense? You sitting there talking through the whole cut. Hurry up. Now, you quiet. Now, third, wake up earlier so you have more time to complete tasks. Don't wake up early and still sit in your bed an extra 30 minutes. Now, there's no point in you being up early. You just wasted that time that you tried to give yourself. Use your time wisely. That goes back to the first one, which is what? Planning. Say plan, right? Plan. Okay, see y'all paying attention. All right, now listen. Treat your time as a prized possession because it's yours. It's not ours. Believe me, if you don't like football camp, if you don't like football, don't waste your time. It's your time. That's why we tell you, y'all chose to be here. So get something out of it. It would be different if we forced y'all like, hey, son, you better be in 4th period or else. No. No one said I want to be in 4th period, right? Do something with your time. Use it as your prized possession. 5, don't waste your time on people, things, or activities that do not add value to your life. Now, granted, the value doesn't have to be instantaneously. It doesn't have to happen now. But at some point, that person needs to have some type of value. You need to add value to the people's life that you're in. Don't just be in people's lives just to be there. Does that make sense, though? Add to people. Be around people that can add to you. Because if y'all not doing anything for each other, then you shouldn't be around the people. All right. Move like you don't know when your time is coming to an end because you don't know when it is. It's honest to God truth. Right? You don't know when your time is up, whether it be football or your actual life. So why would I play with it? I don't know how much time I have. Every day I work. I don't know what's happening. Right? Of course, I had workouts on Saturday and Sunday, right? I don't know when the time is in, right? I don't know if I can stop having that. I don't know when I get something else, then I can't do that no more, right? That's me utilizing all the time I have. Utilize it. You don't know when it's done. You can go tear your ACL and never come back. You can get hurt and come back. It's just the truth. Dylan Mason missed what? How many games?
5, 6.
Most of his season, right? And one of the hardest workers we had. He didn't know his time was going to end in his senior year. Right? Don't waste it. Now listen. Last tip. Never say I'll do it next time or I'll get to it later. That's taking time for granted. That goes back to 6. You don't know when your time is done. So if you take it for granted, I'll talk to them later. There's plenty of times where you hear stories of people dying, right? And they say I was supposed to see him, but I had to do this. Or I had to do that. You don't get that time again. Does that make sense? Don't take it for granted. Yeah. All right. Oh, I ain't even asked you out of school. This is the conference. What school is this? This is where I signed to originally. This is the worst school in America. What school is this? Southern. Alright?
That's for you.
No, this family Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University.
Lock in.
Too much. Be quiet. Now listen.
This ain't talk.
If you want to talk to me, yeah, that's on you. Now listen. Things you have to ask yourself. Don't answer out loud. This is what I want you to ponder. When you have 5 a.m. workouts, what are you going to do? You're going to be on time or you're going to be late. That's a choice you make. What you going to do with your time? When your rent is due on the first, what are you going to do? You going to be on time, pay it, so you got somewhere to stay, or you going to be late? You may lose your house, you may not. It's up to you. When your coach asks you to cut on an 8 play of a drive on the backside of Y0 in order to score, what are you going to do? Are you going to cut on time and create the hole that's supposed to be there so we can cut back? Or you going to cut late? It's a tackle for loss, and that series is over. Shut up talking, please. When everyone depends on you, what are you going to do? When your mama call you for money, when you have kids later on down the line and they call you for money, when your girl call you for money, when your homeboy call you for money, what you going to do? What you going to do with that time? When they need it and their life is in danger, are you going to be on time or are you going to let them die and then just cry at their funeral? These are real questions. Only people asking for money ain't just the people I'm with. It ain't just my friends. It's students that call probably all these coaches every day or every week for money. That's the reality of life. What you gonna do? You gonna help them out or not? You don't have to help everybody, but if they really need you, what you gonna do? Are you dependent? And what to understand about time? Oh, y'all probably don't know what school this is. Mississippi Valley State. Jerry Riceman here, but y'all probably don't even know that. Be quiet. Eyes like you're ready. Eyes like you're ready. Is it gonna go? There we go. What to understand about time? One day it all ends. What are you going to allow to control the narrative? Seniors, what are you going to allow the narrative to be about your class? Juniors, what are you going to allow the narrative to be about your class? Sophomores, what are you going to allow the narrative to be about your class? 2025, we've been telling y'all stay champs. But if you're not working like it every day, shit, state ain't going to happen. That's the reality of the situation. If we got to deal with you and argue with you and push you ourselves instead of y'all pushing yourselves, it's not going to happen. Does that make sense? Who's going to control the narrative? What level of importance is it to you to be on time? Does it matter a lot to you? Were you going to be here every day on time, dressed and prepared? Or are you just going to get there when you get there, take your punishment, and keep on going because it doesn't really matter to you? Next, find a way, if you have to wake up earlier, leave sooner, or even walk, because I know that's just against your religion to walk somewhere. Do whatever it takes to get the job done. Right? I ain't even gonna lie to you. When I was in high school, I told my best friend, I said, D1 don't walk. I ain't on D1, I ain't gonna walk nowhere. But I always got to where I had to be on time, right or wrong.
That's right.
I was on time every time. Right? Green, was I ever late? Thank you. Now, this is very key. Because I'm a part of your generation, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't try to be 25 at 15. Have a sense of urgency in what you're doing, but don't be anxious. I raised my brother at 8 years old when he was 4. I had to be grown. There was plenty of times I got into it with coaches. Hell, I was getting into it with coaches in college. But at the end of the day, I was still a young man, and they were still grown men. I don't care what your family is asking you to do. You're still a young man, right? So stay where you're at. Even if they ask you to pay the majority of the bills, even if they ask you to risk your life, at whatever they're asking of you, you're still a young man. So if the only place you can be a young man is in this football facility, be there. Have fun, enjoy it. Because once again, when you 18, 19, 20, and you really got to do that, and you can't go be a kid nowhere else, you're going to miss it and be like, damn, I was busy being grown and I didn't have to at this point in my life, right? You can be grown everywhere else once you leave school. When you're here, be a kid. You're still a child. Enjoy it. Because something else you can ask them is if they wish they could be children again where they didn't have to worry about nothing, they would do it. That's true. All right. Oh, North Carolina A&T, probably the best agency school over. A&T. What to understand about time? Here we go. Who signed here? Chance. First time All right. What to understand about time? The growth of you as a man doesn't happen overnight. You have to understand this and make positive changes over time. Yes, we're asking you to change your life drastically, but we also understand you aren't going to do it instantly. He hit a double whistle, you still kind of don't know when to stand up. Or you'll sit down after you hit the double whistle, and that's not what you're supposed to do, right? You just learned it on Monday. We don't expect y'all to fully know that yet, but eventually you will. Does that make sense? It's over time. We're not asking you to do something right now. That's unrealistic. Y'all are asking for offers right now, and we haven't put in the work. That's unrealistic. Give it time. It's gonna happen. Yes, you see everything on your phone, but your life is not like that. That's just the way the world works. Wait on your time. You don't control it. Just do what you can control. That makes sense? All right. The only time you can respond is on a game. There are no redos. So, when we mess up in practice and we run the play again, can you do that in the game on Friday night, Dewberry? You can't do that, right? No. When that happened to you, could you redo? Could you pause the game and start over? Nah, it just happened, right? And you glad to be here, right? That's the whole point. It's real life. It's not a game. It's not your phone. It's not social media. You don't get to delete the tweet and repost it. That's not how this works. Whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you choose to do with your time, you got to live with that decision. Right? So don't waste it. Understand you don't get it back. And utilize it right. Now, this is my call to action to you, and this is how we end. Timing is everything. You can be at the right place, and everything pops. He had a state championship run. He ended up being our head coach, right? He was in the right place at the right time. Everything happened for him. It's like 3 coaches on that staff that got a head coach job the same year, right? They was all in the right place at the right time. That makes sense? Now, vice versa. I can tell you about a time I'm 15 years old at a party. The dude that dies is as far from Aguilar to me as the dude that's dead, and I'm still here being your coach. Yogi asked me in the summer, have you ever seen somebody die? Yeah. I was 15, that was the first time. You just gotta be in the right place at the right time. Now that's realistic, ain't it? That's the truth of the matter. Wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. Understand you don't get no redos at this. You don't get a chance to waste time in your life because you don't get it back. So my question to you is, what will you do with your time as a student? Will you be a winner? Will you be better than the 2022 class that went to the second round? Or will we remember your class that's not good, that's forgettable? The choice is yours. What you want to do with your time? And then we got a quote from RG3. In life, we never know when our time is up. There is no replay or rewind, so enjoy every moment as it comes. He had probably arguably one of the best rookie years as an NFL quarterback, right? Never seen the same success ever after that. Now he's on TV. But the start of last decade, it was all about RG3. You don't know when your time is ending. Understand what to do with it. Understand what you can get out of it. And don't waste it. You got me? You done.
Clap it up for Coach Collins. Ready to move.